Hey guys, quick review here for the Unit 6 written test we're going to have coming up. It's going to consist of 3 essay questions, all coming from Unit 6. The first one, describe the 4 goals Jefferson gave the Corps of Discovery, and then explain if they did or did not accomplish each goal with 2 pieces of evidence for each one. So go back to the notes, look at those 4 goals that Jefferson gave the Corps of Discovery, and then you're going to have to include a little example. So say for one of the goals we talked about was that they were to document as many plants and animals as possible. Okay, so that would be one of the goals. And then for evidence, you could say that Lewis was the primary person that collected the specimens along the way. And then a second piece of evidence might be that they diagrammed pictures of animals and also wrote about them in their journals. Okay, so like that'd be an example of 2 pieces of evidence. So we'll talk about these before the test, but the 4 goals that Jefferson gave the Corps of Discovery, that is the first part. And then on the back side, we got 2 questions. Question 2, describe 2 motivations which led people to settle in the West, and then include 2 details or evidence that explains why this was a motivation. So when you guys did this on the pretest, the one thing that probably caused people to maybe not get full credit was for the supporting evidence, you had 2 things that were very, very similar. They weren't really different at all. So, for example, one of the motivations that people had was that people went west because they wanted a new start. Okay? Well, some people, for one piece of evidence, said that they wanted to get away and they had done something in their past. Okay? So maybe that was one piece of evidence. The second piece of evidence for that same person sometimes was, yeah, they wanted a fresh start. So yes, you had 2 things written down, but they were basically the same. So when you look at the motivations, I would really focus on ones that you know are going to have 2 very specific and very distinct pieces of evidence you can include. So it's up to you. I'm not going to tell you which 2 motivations to put. So I would be a little bit picky, and I would pick ones that have some really good supporting evidence that goes along with it. All right, the last one is kind of an interesting question. A new museum is being built to commemorate Western expansion in the United States. The museum would like to place a statue at the entrance of the museum. They've asked you as an historian to select one of the following elements of Western expansion to be featured in the statue. You then have to provide 2 reasons why you would pick that particular element to represent Western expansion as a whole. And your choices are Louisiana Purchase, Lewis and Clark, Missouri Compromise, Texas and Mexican War, Oregon Territory, and the Gold Rush. Now, we didn't really talk about the Missouri Compromise too much in this unit. We're going to focus on that as one of the causes of the Civil War, but you still have the remainders there to decide. You're going to write up kind of a description on why you picked that one, including your 2 reasons, and then you're going to put that on a separate sheet of paper. So that's a little bit about what the test will look like on Friday. We're going to spend some time on Thursday kind of reviewing a little bit and talking about it after you guys take the content test. But I wanted to show you ahead of time kind of what these things are so you can kind of start to think a little bit about how you might address those particular questions. All right, that's it. Thanks, guys. We'll see you on Thursday.